Hey,
Omenerds.
hey, you're listening to the podcast.
Friends.
Omenerds Podcast. Hello, lovers and friends. We are back with another episode of the Omenerds Podcast with me, Lorizi, Dot, Toita, and Jimmy. Happy New Year. At what point do we stop saying Happy New Year? As Kenyans, we keep it pushing until like March.
After Easter.
Wow.
I was going to say it depends on when I've seen you.
April.
Jacona this year, and then
Yeah,
that's it.
if you haven't seen someone until Easter, you say Happy New Year. Then after Easter, now it's you're good. The year has gone.
officially
far enough.
begun.
Yeah,
Like, it's
far
okay.
enough. It's not a new year
After 4
anymore.
months, it's like, okay, fine, now the year.
Q2. Yeah,
Yeah,
actually,
if you haven't seen them.
Imagine me, I would keep pushing till December. If I haven't seen someone. Like, hey,
Hey,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Amma, that's the rule. Like, if I have not seen you in the year, then I tell you Happy New Year. Since we're talking about the new year, today on this episode, we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. Any of you have any resolutions for 2019?
I don't really do resolutions anymore. I used to do it because I was a very earnest person who used to have a timetable for I'll study physics on Tuesday. I'll
that's so
English
sweet.
Lit. Well, yeah, that was. I feel like it's based on the high school I was in. My time was very structured. It made sense at the beginning of every year to structure. Okay, fine. This is what went wrong last year, and so this is what I want to accomplish this year. But as time goes by and you realize that time is a flat circle and nothing is really real, resolutions don't make as much sense anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel you on that one.
Nobody has like a happier outlook on the
No,
on
let me tell you.
resolutions.
No. I'm not trying to hate on resolutions by the way, because let me tell you something. The way human beings measure time, even if you don't look at the calendar, like if you look at it in terms of seasons, you take a parcel of time where this is what happens and it will repeat itself. So in essence, every day is the same day, just like take 2 or take 3 or take 4. And so because it's the same thing over again, you think, okay, fine, so I made this mistake before. Let me try and not make the same mistake on the same day. So like it's commendable, you're taking a view of I've made a mistake and I can correct it. So it's just that I don't really have that philosophy anymore. That's the
Data,
problem.
Resolutions, Jimmy.
Me, yeah. I used to make resolutions when I was a Christian.
So atheists don't.
You'll
What
be
do you
like,
now?
you'll pray more, you'll go to church
Because
more
you know the
often.
Kenya Association of Atheists is also a bit problematic.
I'm not an atheist
Do you claim
as
them?
well.
So agnostic. Agnostic is for people who don't like labels.
I guess. Let's go with agnostic. I haven't put a label on myself, and I don't want to put that label on myself as well.
You just don't want to be associated with Harrison
That's the
Mumia.
thing, yeah,
I just,
that's
yes,
the
the only thing I don't want to be associated with is Christianity.
Because religion is a disease.
Yes.
I also don't make them nowadays because I used to, but then those things are hard to follow up on.
Yeah.
So myself personally, I set myself up for disappointment. Like I'll stop smoking on New Year's Day. That's impossible. I'll drink less, exercise more in January. Haiwezekani. For me personally. So, but this year I made one resolution to get a dog. And yeah, I got one. So
Cute
That's
dog.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've
that's
seen
a
your
resolution.
yeah, he's the star of my IG. Now I'll even change the name to be like
Because I feel
that's
like
his
you're more
channel
active now on Instagram
Yeah.
with the dog.
Don't be
Yeah.
those people who has an account for their dog.
No, I'll just change my IG handle to the dog's handle. My IG is the_Jimmy_K. And it's a protected account, so you have to request, and we have a team that will vet. And yeah, so if you're accepted, you're welcome. But personally, I think you should just like do things whenever you feel like it and you're ready. Doesn't have to be on New Year's. So
Okay.
Yes.
yeah, just whichever day.
What
you
you're
choose
against
to.
is, let's say, the expectation that comes in New Year's, like the
Yeah,
commercialization.
It's
to say
unrealistic.
It's expected. So
Yeah, like it's expected.
So
but
it's
it's
better-
unrealistic.
it's better
yeah.
to arrive at it on your own.
Yeah, on your own.
Organically.
Whenever.
'Cause
Yeah,
no matter
you'll
what
be
you
like,
do, you'll still
yeah.
be criticized.
Wow, okay.
That
I
was,
feel like that's opening a can of worms.
Yeah. Do you tell people about your resolution? Because how else are they going to criticize
Yeah,
you?
Yeah,
that's a whole other. Hey, boss, what's happening? What's going on?
The whole thing about like, okay, if I was to make a resolution, I would post it on my socials so that someone somewhere can hold me accountable
So
of
it's
the
okay.
resolution.
All right,
Yeah.
okay. There's the accountability that he's talking about, but Facebook's whole thing is to show you what other people are doing so that you feel bad, so that even you say, okay, fine, even me, I'm doing stuff. I mean, that's what it's about.
Yeah, that's how it
Instagram,
works.
that's what it's about. That's why we
Yeah.
show you, that's why I suggest to you someone you might know. Because the pinch is more if it's someone you actually know. If it's just some dude in America living his best life,
No
you know.
impact on you.
It has nothing to do with me. But if it's my friend who I was in high school with, or someone who I work with, then now you feel it.
We have started 2019 in a cheery manner.
No, you continue the way.
The way 2018 ended.
Keep the energy. Keep the
Like
same
nothing
energy.
really changes.
So that's the
Two
New Year's
control.
resolution is keep that same energy.
That's
It's
same
just, it
energy.
goes without saying.
Now you
Let's
just
keep that
reset.
energy.
Just reset when you have a new president.
All you can do is try better. Or if you consider your birthday to be
Or like
when you
your
jump
calendar
a new
year.
year. Yeah.
Do you have times like that when you like set, this is a time when I reflect?
Would more people do resolutions or stick to resolutions if they approached it in the manner that you're talking about, where it's reflection? It's not that I have to do blah 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 and I
Yeah.
set like a hard goal. It's
Yeah.
it's reflection or like introspection to go and think about like maybe in this year I'll be more like forthcoming about my goals or something, things that actually like you are actively working on as like as a person. Would it be more?
I mean, it's
I think
better.
a lot of people are like, you're saying living with intent, it's interesting because like a lot of times people are just like going through the motions and you do what you do
All the
because
time.
those are the things that are
All
done.
the time. Every day I wake up, I'm waking up with a formula. Just every so often I catch myself thinking, like, okay, this is a personal anecdote. Yesterday I was in a very bad departmental meeting. And every 10 minutes or so I was like, do I really want to keep doing this? Do I really want to keep doing this? But then I still woke up today and went to work. I have not made any steps towards actually, do I really want to do this? Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
how
it's just a
suddenly,
thought that you
know,
had.
it's been all these years and we're still making the same resolutions.
Funny, yeah, because a lot of times when people have such situations and they're complaining, especially about the workplace,
Especially for
our mindset is like just vumilia because somebody
Yeah.
else has been tamarking for blah 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 years.
Do you know that's literally what we were told
Yeah.
in a meeting? Be grateful you have a job.
See, those are the
Because
weapons.
doctors are suffering.
Be
Those
grateful
are
you have a job.
the weapons of
And people are on
capitalism.
strike. That is exactly what I was thinking.
they
I was
just
I was
guilt
like,
you
this is
into-
capitalism. Be grateful.
Yeah, be
We are so
grateful.
generous.
Be
We give you
grateful.
breaks at work. I'm
Wow.
like, this. You think it's generosity? If you're feeling our vibe, if you think we're about what you're about, if you'd like us to tell people about you or your products, email us at hello@omenerds.com and let's do something great together. Have you ever had a successful resolution? Anyone?
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
What's your success?
But it's like things that I didn't decide them like on New Year's. But it's just it's health things. Usually it's eating better basically. Like I don't consume sugar like that or salt like that or yeah. And I need to eat fruits like this and drink water like that. Sugar and salt is the two major ones for me dietary wise that like I'm usually fine with very little of it. And eating at other places, I'm always like, oh my God, the salt! That's me, standardly. But it's like something that I had to actively tell myself because my family and our health histories.
The one thing I feel I've followed through, it wasn't a resolution, it was just a self-reflection to dress better.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
nice. I was going to ask, do you think sometimes that resolutions have to be like serious? Like work and health?
I think that's what put me off making resolutions properly. Because I was always trying to be as serious as possible. I want to
All
do
the
this.
time.
Yeah, and when I never followed through, it would really crush me.
Right? Because resolutions can be about fun things. You can tell yourself that instead of sitting in the house, I'm going to go out more and like experience life
Okay.
a bit better. You know?
I will just say yes if I'm asked out. Because there was a point in time.
A December resolution.
It was not even it was not December, it was let's say August. So my thing was
say
I was
yes.
like if someone I was not desperate per se, but I felt I needed to get over something, and the best way of getting over something is getting into something else. That's not true, but it moves you from step one to step two.
Yeah, resolution was
So I was like, okay, let's go out, look for
Talking about sex.
Ukipenda upendeka was the
That was the resolution.
resolution.
That was the resolution.
If
You
you'd like
learned
to
a
ask
lesson.
Dot out, please at us at Omenerds Podcast. On Twitter.
If you're tall.
Same with Instagram.
If you're-
and
come on,
Facebook.
size.
No, if you're tall.
Come on, Wendy
No,
says
your
you're not.
size. Yeah.
Get in there. New Year's resolutions.
At least 6'2", no?
Yes.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Guy.
I'm 6
Poor
feet
man.
tall.
Disqualify wa Kenya.
What's wrong with a short guy? What if he wants to climb you?
Sasa, even me sometimes I want to climb. That's the problem.
Si kila
so what
siku
do we
climb.
do?
Si kila
Kila
siku being
siku
climbed.
What must we do now?
The Nini, with the resolutions,
Yes.
right? It was some time back where guys on the TL were talking about gatekeepers of certain activities.
Yeah.
And particularly with resolutions, it's always exercise and like fitness. And I always wonder, like, because we like to mock the idea of, January, when January starts, I'm going to be the healthiest, the fittest, the blah, blah, blahest at the gym and blah, blah, blah. And we like to mock that idea. And I wonder, like, does that shut out people?
It probably
Like,
does.
and what is the purpose of, I don't understand when people like police each other's actions. It's very weird to me.
Such a human thing.
That's what I was
sad.
going to say. Yeah, I agree with Soch.
Why is that human? That's fucking awful.
Well,
Because humans are awful.
I just have you not met us?
Oh
Yeah.
my god! I mean, do you know? I'm used to being
That's
the
the
cynic,
thing.
and I'm like, I know I'm
Yeah.
not enjoying being in the company of other cynics. Damn it, guys! Somebody has to be the glass half full person in this bunch of people.
Nah, you just have to
You're
accept.
all like,
Accept the truth.
Yeah,
all of us
just
are
accept
like,
the
that's a
truth.
glass equal.
Yeah.
That's
I mean-
all of us.
Look at the way we started this conversation. All of us are like, I haven't made a resolution since I was in high school, since I was a Christian, since I was what? So the implication is that was something I used to do, but I grew out of it. I think as much as this is now me speaking for myself, as much as I'm making fun of the idea of resolutions, I still think it's a good idea to want to be better.
Right?
It's just that as humans, and also on some level, living in the environment that we do where things are so shit, wanting to be better is setting yourself up for so much trouble. Like, that is just vulnerability.
And disappointed.
Yeah, what
Disappointment.
Tosh is saying about announcing, I want to do this, like, you're being so vulnerable by telling us this. Maka, I feel scared for you. And because for me, on some level, sometimes, I admire that and I would not be able to do that. So the kind of thing for me to do is just to keep quiet and to watch. And when you get your goals, I'll cheer you on. But actively trying to tear someone else down, because I can make fun of myself. I don't mind doing
Yeah,
that. But actively
that's-
making fun of someone else, I feel now that's not right.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah. Despite, so take everything we're saying with a pinch of salt. Like, in essence, it's me. I'm not tearing myself. But in essence, I'm making fun of my former
Because
self.
like,
Yeah.
I find it, if especially with the gym one, right?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
even if you exercised only for the January,
Yeah.
I'm like, power to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
you're
that's,
right.
that's very true.
Even if you went
Yeah.
2-3 times,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why the
better
fuck you
than-
did?
You
yeah,
did it.
yeah, that's better
Me, I
than
did.
me.
Yeah, you did it.
But it's always like, anyway, it's fine. It's fine.
But that's gatekeeping culture, which is something else that we have. I don't know, you get scared that someone is going to come and take away your thing. Because we have gatekeeping in the literary circles and music.
So does that
gym
come
culture.
like from a place of insecurity? Like,
There's
yeah,
I
if,
think so.
if I've
Yeah.
been in the
Almost
gym
like
for
saying
like
it's
3
mine,
years,
it's mine.
Yeah, and then you come in for 2 days, and I'm like, this person might get buffer than me, so I might as well put them down.
If you're putting them down,
Yeah.
then that probably speaks to something about yourself. Like, you fear it's going to be taken away from you, rather than, being encouraging and, let's do this, let's do that. Yeah.
Right. So if you were to make a resolution right now for the Omenerds listeners to hold you accountable for,
Jesus Christ, I didn't come prepared for this.
what would it be? Jimmy?
Me, no, I can't make any promises to anyone. I don't like hurting people's feelings, so don't count on me for anything. It's fine.
Lorenzi?
1040p. 1080 by.
What's that?
No.
Context?
That's video quality.
Resolution.
That's my resolution.
Just staring for 1080p.
All right. Sorry,
so at
that's a
1080p
very...
life,
Yes.
so high bandwidth. Dot.
My resolution would be one that I recycle a lot, which tells you the kind of success I've had with it. Would be, as always, to write more. So yeah, you can ask me about that at the end of the year. I always plan on writing more. Always, every year.
Yeah,
We'll
but
start
the
texting you
year
every 3
disagrees.
days. Are you
You
writing?
disagrees.
Are you writing?
Bring it on. Bring it
All
on.
of you, tweet
Hashtag,
Bring it on.
hashtag, are you writing?
Tag her at Omenerds. At
okay.
Omenerds Podcast. Ask, is Dot writing?
External pressure helps.
It does help a
It
bit.
helps. It helps a lot.
Because I have one,
yeah.
I feel.
What resolution are you making?
Video.
No. To cheer on things I like or to share them.
What do you mean?
I'm always a silent cheerleader.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I see a nice
Tweet
video on
more, like
YouTube
more,
from
share more.
an actual
that
Kenyan
quiet
creator,
fun.
I just like, and then I don't really share it to other people or
Will you include giving feedback to the person that you like?
I also want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, I want to cheer on and share more and tell people I like this and give my opinion on everything you
So
know.
on that note,
Yeah.
what are you loving this week?
Exactly. Nice segue.
Right? I know. I'm so proud of myself.
I'm loving safe border.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As you know, I'm a driver.
As a motorist.
But as a motorist, you get tired of driving. And
Can't relate.
I couldn't. I found it hard to segue into public transport properly. Because I enter a Martin. I just have elitist problems.
Yeah,
Class
that's a very
with
problem.
matatus. I know. And
I
then
want your problems.
being in a taxi or a cab, you still go through the same jam that I'm trying to avoid as when I'm driving myself. So I was like, maybe I can try borders. But I don't like being personal with looking for, okay, now I have a border guy. And if he doesn't pick up my calls or if he's not around, I have to look for someone else or go on the streets and walk around. Yeah, it's a middle class problem. So with Safe Border, the app really works well.
I'm trying to find the suitable sound for this. Yes, plays tiny violin.
You have to do your fingers,
Bloody fucking
bring them in like
Wow.
yes, and then
Going
there's
to
this-
the street and look for a border.
I don't want to have a border
Get
guy.
on the-
This is me. Okay, I want to apologize for myself.
Yeah. Tosh knows not to get on a bike with a stranger.
Loriza,
Yes.
what are you liking?
What
What are you
am I
loving?
loving? I am loving the very bleak outlook that filmmakers and TV program makers have right now with all the art they're creating. I mean, like, I'm enjoying it. It's the era of like dystopian, well, like kind of dystopian-ish type thing. And maybe it's because Donald Trump is president. So we all feel like, you know what, we have no hope for the future. And that is being reflected in movies and stuff. And also this new wave of like horror and thriller movies.
Black horrors?
In general, because more often than not, the movies that are coming out now, it's not like we have stopped being given those hallmark, I'll do anything for my family, and we're crying the whole time. Like many movies now, people are fighting like supernatural forces, or of course it's killers or blah blah blah. I'm liking the vibe. It's very, cynical, and that's like that's my jam right there. That's
what
my
you're feeling right
wheelhouse.
now.
Yes, and like every other movie, every other series that I'm watching is along there.
I think my plug is kind of related to what you're talking about because I really enjoyed Russian Doll,
Yes,
which was a series, very short. It's I think 8 episodes, 30 minutes each.
On
Netflix are the
Netflix.
ones who made it. I think it has a very interesting premise. The protagonist is very cool. Halfway through, something changes. I don't want to give any spoilers or anything, but halfway through, something changes, which kind of manages to turn around the whole outlook of the show. It's just very smart. It looks very good. The music is good. The characters are good. It's
I
well
love that
written.
actress.
She's very, very good. Anyway, so Russian Doll. And it's very multi-layered. There are a lot of themes in it. And it's one of those things I like because nowadays, part of my experience of watching something is Googling about it. And it generated a lot of think pieces about things that I didn't even think about. Like, apparently there's a very huge Jewish influence on it. The numbers are significant. There's themes of therapy and grief and loss and gender and stuff like that. So Russian Doll, it's dope. Get into it.
Isn't that great when you can watch something and then further your immersion experience by going on the internet.
Oh no,
or
I
you
love
watch
doing
yeah.
that. I love doing that. No. But then
You guys go and do homework about shows.
The
you
podcast
watch.
Yes.
is called Omenerds. I don't see why you're hating on us for this. Like that is sincerely that's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, go.
You will go like
Find
Steven,
out more.
Steven
hating,
Universe
I'm-
has a podcast. So I
I'm not
listen to
hating.
the
I'm
podcast.
pointing
As
out
in-
that we really are.
really
Okay, fine. Yeah, we are.
Because I listen to I watch Insecure, then I go listen to the podcast
Listen to the
about
podcast,
Insecure.
read about the themes,
And
the
when
music,
when I watch
what
the
was
fun-
worn is
the thing
significant.
to do now that's great is that you watch a show and then you go look for its relevant hashtag online to see
That's
like
our thing.
also
Yeah,
what people
whatever.
are talking about
We
it.
join
like-
the discussion
oh.
now.
Jimmy, what
Yeah.
are you liking?
Two things also. One, this new wave of low-budget, filthy Kenyan music by young kids who shoot videos at the chief's office and twerk on the coat of arms. This is legit. That was
That was
legit.
iconic.
That was legit.
iconic. What's the name of this? You have to name the song.
That
and
song is
whoever
called
they're
Matako with a double O. And
By
just
Omenerds.
type Matako with a double O.
Yeah, it's not like you
I
that other
forget their
things will come.
names. I forget their names.
There's someone
Psycho.
talking on
I
the
think
coat
they're
of
called
arms.
Psycho
I
Family
mean,
or
that's
something.
iconic.
Yeah, those girls are, that's
it's
dope.
quite
So
iconic.
that wave of music with them and Ochunglo family who did Duda and Criminal and
Criminal.
On my
is such
radio,
Moro
I was
High.
listening to
Yeah,
Niko
those
na Drinks
songs.
na Mayang.
yes, that song is also it falls on that
Very
kind
calm.
of genre. Yeah, that music is dope. So and
What's the other?
the second one is Wakadinali. If you've listened to them, they're like Kenyan street hip hop, like very dope. They have a mixtape out, Juicy too. It's called Ndani ya Cockpit too. So like if you like hip hop, Kenyan hip hop, just listen to that. But me, I like it because it relates. That's the kind of music I used to listen to back then when such music was never played much.
And he
Yes.
was a young boy.
Yes, when I was a young boy, when YFM was a thing.
Jesus.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Blast from
Hapo
the
ndio
past.
mmeniacha.
Yeah.
As the resident hater on this podcast, what are you guys not liking on this episode?
I don't think I have anything to hate on.
Well, me myself,
And I?
one thing I'm hating is I've been on Instagram much more lately. So the
Call of the
ads,
dog.
the ads on Instagram are outrageous. Like 3/4 of the ads I get are for scams. Like for real, these are ads for scams. Like some guy shows up, he's like, hey, just swipe up and I'll teach you how to earn money from Instagram. I'll teach you how to earn money from. I'm like, no, you just want to take my money and leave me.
Moneyless.
Man. Well, Robert Allah is Instagram also.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
like a promoted post. Like, yeah, here, check this out.
You feel
Is this
personally
something you might
offended.
like? Yeah, I was like, kwani
You're like,
wamenibebaje?
Kwani
How am I in this
nimefanya?
Yeah,
algorithm?
you think. But
I'd like to hit on expectations. I feel like in this, the whole thing we've been talking about is New Year's resolutions, and there's that slight expectation. And then there's expectations of your birthday. You have to go out, have fun. You have to, tunafanya.
Yeah.
Expectations of
Your age.
your age also. Like, expectations limit you a lot.
I hate my hair right now. We're being
Don't
honest.
say that. Well, okay.
No,
you have to be honest.
this weather has fucked with my hair. My
sorry.
God. Yes, it's if you team natural, you know. Like I don't have much to say about it. Like I genuinely hate my hair right now. It's not doing what I wanted to do. It's taking too much time, too much effort, too much fucking money. Like just calm down. I just need it to calm down and stop freezing and drying out and breakage and I hate my hair.
No.
I might. Don't get it twisted. As always on the Omenerds Podcast, Jimmy has a conspiracy theory going on. Tell us on this episode.
Okay, hold on to your hats. I think you've heard about like all these pre-colonial African attitudes towards sex and how the missionaries and them fucked it up and deleted it from like common knowledge. It became forbidden. Like for example, Kikuyus might hear about, because I think that's something that's been written about a lot, the mutual masturbation thing that was encouraged among unmarried young people.
Youths.
Yeah, unmarried youths. Like, yeah, how you can feel the utamus
You've never
without...
heard of that? As long as you don't actually...
Yeah,
there's no penetration.
Yeah, no penetration.
Exchange of fluids.
Yeah. that was just to prevent complications from like the social implication of being pregnant
Yes, yes.
when you're not married and all
Who
that.
wants this baby?
Yeah, so there's other kinds of forbidden knowledge that were quite common, and including prostate stimulation for kuyos.
No.
Yeah,
way.
kuyos knew about.
No, I refuse.
Yeah, like kuyo men would go somewhere for someone to, like,
Like
someone
touch their
who knew how.
G-spot.
Yes, someone who knew really where the G spot was, and that place was in a town that is now known as Karatina, and yeah, Karatina, like Karaitina in Kikuyu, translates to finger in the butt. Am I wrong?
No way.
Am I wrong, Tosh? That's true, no?
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Is that true? Oh my god.
Yes, this is something I heard from someone. An older gentleman said it, and I'm just sharing this information. So he said Karatina comes from Karaitina, as in way back then, like men who wanted to have their G spot stimulated would troop
Karatina was known
over
for
the
that.
hills towards that spot. And yeah, that was the G spot.
Was it
It was
like
a spot hard
was
to
it one
find.
person? Was it like a trade? That
Yeah, it
your
was
work
a
is
trade.
prostate
I think it's a
stimulation?
trade. Yeah, it
Was
was
it
a
done by
trade.
men or
That's-
women?
It's men.
It's men
It's
who do it.
Yeah,
I feel
because
like it
only
would
a
be
man
men.
would know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like it
that's
would be
true.
men doing
Only a
it.
man would
Yeah.
know how.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the conspiracy theory I came across
That
recently.
Karatina
Wow.
comes from
Finger in the butt.
prostate massaging.
Yeah.
Send us your
For
feedback.
leisure.
Wow.
If you have,
Have you heard of that
have you
same
heard of
story?
this before?
Please at us on Twitter, please. I would like to know.
Hashtag Karatina.
Yeah. Hashtag
The
Karatina.
next time I'm in Karatina, just everything is just going to look so different.
The story now, like the official version of where that name's come from, is that it's a corruption of quarantine. That when there was a measles outbreak, that's where they'd quarantine people.
But they were
But
also doing
it doesn't
other
make
things.
sense. I think they chose it because they were like, let's put them there so that all the prostate simulators can die. You know how
Yeah,
missionaries
yeah,
were. Like, they were haters. So
Yeah,
they were
they
like,
were
yeah, let's
haters.
just put them all there so that this whole knowledge can be forbidden.
This is so sad. Kikuyus have such a bad rep in the bedroom. And kumbe. I feel so bad.
Yeah, sikupenda kwao.
And on that note, thanks for listening to the Omenerds Podcast. If you would like to discuss your New Year's resolutions with us, you can tag us on Twitter at Omenerds Podcast. Same with Instagram, same with Facebook. Make sure to follow us and like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff.